Hi guys, this is Emily Kupali, and for today's card I'll be using this cute stamp set from Fawn called Really Like You. I will stamp the hamster on Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in sepia. Then I will prepare it for some heat embossing with my powder bag. And I will stamp the wheel with Versamark. I'm going to add some white embossing powder from Hero Arts. Now I will remove the powder that is on the hamster with a dry brush. This way I do not have to do any masking or fussy cutting. Then I will heat emboss it holding the paper with my tweezers. I'm going to start coloring the wheel with my distress ink in Spiced Marmalade. I will dilute the ink with some water over an acrylic block. You can use any non-porous surface. I'm using a small round brush wet to add the color to the wheel. I will add the color in layers until I get the desired intensity. For the hamster, I will start with the tea-dye distress ink, leaving the belly white. Again, I will add a light base of color and then I will add more ink until I get the darkness I want. I'm using the vintage photo on the edges of the hamster to add more dimension. I will keep adding ink until I am happy with the color. You can use any watercolor you may have. Now I'll go ahead and fussy cut it with my EK Success scissors. Off camera, I die cut a cycle with my C6 cycle dies, and I will squeeze it over some peacock feathers diluted with water. This will give my panel a light blue base color. Again, I'm using Strathmore watercolor paper, which holds very well the water. I will dry it with my heat gun. I will add to the paper the rest of the ink that is on my craft sheet. Because I don't want to fussy cut the center of the wheel, I will simply color it to simulate the background. I will do the same done before, starting with a light coat of color and build it up to make it darker. For the sentiment, I'm going to carefully cut the phrase in the stamp set to use it on a single line. Now, using the circular panel as a guide, I'm going to mount the phrase on my acrylic block, bending it in an arc shape. I will keep shaping it until it is similar enough to the edge of the cycle. Now I will prepare the panel with my powder bag, and I will stamp the phrase with my Versamark. I'm using the wheel as a guide to know where I want to stamp the phrase. I'm going to use the same embossing powder I used for the wheel, and I will heat emboss it with my heat gun. Now I decided to add more peacock feathers to the main panel of my card, so I did the same done before. This way I will add more intensity to it as well as more splatters and more interest. I'm doing the same to the wheel since I want it to look like the circular panel. With my distress paint in picket fence diluted with a bit of water, I'm going to create more splatters on my main panel. I'm using the same brush I used to color the image, which I already cleaned. You can add as many splatters as you want. To add more dimension and contrast, I will add some peacock feathers to the panel using a round blending tool, leaving the center lighter. Now I'm going to stick it to a bigger cycle using foam tape. This will be the front of my card. I will use foam tape to stick the wheel as well. I will die cut another cycle and square it at 1/2 of an inch. Now I will add adhesive to that little area. I'm using an adhesive runner, but you can use liquid glue if you prefer. I'm going to stick this cycle to the front of the card. As a finishing touch, I will add some stitch lines to the edge of this panel using my Signo Broad white gel pen. I recommend you to do this step before you glue everything together. This is my card finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. Remember to visit my blog to see the full list of supplies and more close-up pictures. Here are other videos where I use long phone supplies as well. Thank you so much for watching and until next time. Bye!